Okay, so we went ahead and trimmed, chamfered, and deburred all the cases that needed it. And now another optional step is cleaning the primer pockets. I started off doing it to all of them, and now I don't do any of them, other than my hunting ammunition. It does make it a little bit easier to seat the primer. So if you're hand priming or something like that, then I would recommend it. Obviously you want to check the flash hole. This is the Lee primer pocket cleaner. Works decent. Got to do it by hand. Then I also found this little brush. I don't even know where I found it, but it works perfect. Stick in the end of your drill and clean it up nice. So that's another step that some people throw in there. I personally don't do it anymore, other than, like I said, for the hunting rounds. So now they are ready to be loaded up. Now we have all of our brass is fully prepped and ready to go, and I went ahead and primed them. I cheated and did it on my Dillon real quick instead of loading up the hand primer. So we have a primed, prepped case ready to go. And since it was so few cases, I just went ahead and wiped the extra lube off with a rag. That can become an issue at any certain point. Whatever process you end up doing, you'll find the best time to take the lube off of the casing. It's not a lot of fun to handle them when they're all greasy, so there's lots of different ways of doing it. Wiping it off with the rag, using the steel wool on the zip trim like I did, or even tumbling at different stages. That's what I do now on the Dillon, is after all my prep, before I prime them, I go ahead and tumble them. Well, that's because I have a decapping pin to go ahead and knock anything out of the that might need to be knocked out of the flash hole from the tumbling. I actually tumble 2 or 3 times, it depends, but anyways, we're here where the rubber meets the road, and that's filling up the cartridges with the load. So this is pretty simple stuff. The big thing with 223 is you'll want to get yourself a 17 caliber funnel. It just fits better over top of the cartridge, and just goes straight on in there. So I might have to reposition the camera to show you this. And this is one of the scary things about reloading 223 on a progressive, because you just have your powder dump. And the biggest thing to keep in mind is you're putting a lot of powder through a little tiny hole. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't just drop in there. You got to kind of work it in there. So when I get to the top of my stroke on the progressive, I just let it sit and grab another case, grab another bullet, and then I bring it back down. Give that powder plenty of time to drop in there. So that one's all loaded up, and I like to go ahead and just put a bullet on top just to kind of make sure, you know, that one's got a load in it, and to keep anything from getting in there. Those guys aren't going to stay. The boat tails stick in there just fine. But I'm using these Hornady VMAX 55 grains. Good bullet. So it's the same principle as powdering your the pistol cartridges. Same things. Just the only thing, like I said, to look out for is that narrow neck, and get yourself a 17 caliber funnel. That makes life a little bit easier as well. So yeah, that's it. Now these bullets are ready to seat. Alright, so now we have all of our cases have a charge in them, and the bullet is ready to be set. I know this part is pretty straightforward. Same thing that you got when you're doing handgun. Just want to make sure you have your proper overall length, get everything adjusted right, and start cranking them out. Just wanted to take the opportunity to say that, you know, the process really evolves. You may see what I do and and think that you have a better way to do it, or a way that's going to match your equipment better, that's something that you're going to determine, and it's probably going to evolve as you begin to reload 223. You'll get better equipment. Depends on your the volume that you do, etc., etc. You'll find ways to make the process easier on you, more efficient, stuff like that. So these are just my ways of doing these steps. Essentially, it's all the same. It's all case prep. So I hope this was a help. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll do the best I can to answer them. I probably will follow up with a 223 progressive reloading video to show my steps on that side of it as well. You'll see exactly how much more efficient it is, especially the trimming and sizing portion. It's all done at the same time, so it's pretty awesome. So now back to loading with the AR-15. After we seat these bullets, I do recommend a crimp if it's going to be in an auto loader, just to keep that bullet seated in there nice and tight. So I use the Lee factory crimp die for that, which would be the next step after this. I'm going to save you that time and not show you, because it's the same as any other factory crimp die. So just get yourself a nice little crimp on there and have fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this helps. Like I said, questions, comments, please feel free. Check out gunsforeveryone.com, and thanks a lot for watching. This is Bentley.